everyone, and welcome back to Pop Off the Clock. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Yoseline. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot going on. It's the end of February, guys.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I know February's a short month, but it felt kind of long.
January felt forever. February felt long days, short weeks?
Yeah, I don't
the other way
know.
around?
But it's almost over, and we have a lot to go over. This year is an 50th anniversary for a specific running show. SNL had their big 50th anniversary celebration over the weekend, and they had a bunch of cool little things going on. We're gonna go over all of that.
Yeah.
And
then, of course, we get Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are
never-ending story.
Continuously on the headlines. I don't know if they want it. They have to because they were also at that celebration. But they actually have filed a new amended version of their original lawsuit. So we'll take a look at that. And then we're making it across the pond. We're going to the BAFTAs.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on all these award shows because they do kind of like give us an idea of what that... Is the Oscars the big one? I feel like it is the big one that everyone kind of looks at. So, you know, it's kind of giving us a perspective on what we could be seeing as far as the gold.
Yeah, I think the Oscars are the big ones, or is the big one.
But the BAFTAs is like big for them.
Yeah, it's like they're Oscars, but technically you still want an Oscar. And I think it has to do with exclusivity because the Oscars, it's just like Best Actress, Best Actor, Best Supporting. It's not like Best Actress in a Comedy, Best Actress. It's like if you got one, it's a limited amount that you could possibly get. So we'll see how it's shaping out to be. I'm just going over some of the winners and some moments that happened there.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we get into all of that stuff and the headlines, because we got a few, let's check in with Yoseline. How was your weekend?
No, my weekend was so good, guys. So I previewed last episode that I wanted to go out of town and all that stuff, and I was able to go and get, which was a gift, like those head spa things.
Ooh.
Where they like deep clean your scalp.
How was that?
It was kind of rough. No, like it was good, but then I realized like, no, I'm here to get like my scalp detox. Like that's what she's here for. But the moments of like massage, I'm like, and then it'd be like, oh, okay. But everything else, and I had like those like gunky face masks they put on you on, and then I did
So you got like a facial?
It wasn't a.
Oh, okay.
It's like a refreshing like mask because it's not like a facial. They just put some like gunk on you to make you look fresh when you're done. And then I did. I don't know what it's called, but it's the equivalent of putting those sock spa things where like your feet peel.
Yeah.
But my feet aren't gonna peel, but it was like a huge version of that, like up to my knee. Like you put
like a boot?
Yeah, like a boot. It was like a plastic bag. So that was very nice. Obviously I had to go to town for that. And then I got to experience Top Golf.
Ooh, okay. I've always wanted to check that out. I've never.
Yeah. And what else did I do? I made sure, like, we're taking advantage of this trip. I think I'm not someone that always enjoys going out of town. Like, I like to stay home and rot. But leading up to this weekend, I was just like, I just cannot wait to, like, leave. Like, I cannot wait. What else did I do? We tried the drive-in. And then and then...
How was the drive-in? What movie did you all watch?
The Captain America one.
Okay, was it good?
It was such a nice experience.
Was it the new one?
The new one.
Okay.
The new one. It was such a great experience of like, oh, how cozy. Like, you're just in your car.
I've always wanted an experience like that.
I was telling Chloe that I want to do it like in a truck where you like reverse park and then in the back. That must be, some people did that. And there was a lot of people.
But was it cold last weekend?
It was fresh, but it was comfortable fresh. Okay, cool. It was super comfortable. It was like if you have a sweater and blankets on you, you'd be good. And then what else? A lot of families take tables and lawn chairs.
That's cute. But it's like a picnic.
It's like a picnic. They don't really. But yeah, I had a great weekend. I had a really good weekend. I haven't had one of those. I was preparing for this weekend that's about to be like...
Oh, it's going to be crazy for you.
Yeah, we have a big parade that we're going to broadcast, and that's been in the works for a couple weeks, and finally...
She's the manager, so she has to manage all these things. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Guys, I'm talking equipment. I'm talking... what is it?
Crazy.
Talent. I'm talking... making sure we have somewhere to be, like, location-wise. I'm talking scripts. I'm talking CGs. I'm talking everything. I'm talking...
Like, people don't really think about, like, when you watch, like, the Thanksgiving parade, you never think about those little details that go into, like, putting it together, but also making it look good.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of details.
It's so funny, because sometimes I want to try all this stuff. Like, oh, let's put a graphic here. Let's try doing this. But then, like, at the end of the day, people just want to watch their kid walk across the street with their little pom-poms. And it's just, like, they're more like, just let me see my kid. And I'm like, but I created all these graphics. So I have to be like, hold it back. You're trying to showcase, but it's only 2 hours. So once Saturday is over, like Saturday at noon, Saturday at 1:30, just let me be, give me food, give me a blanket, because it's going to be cold and raining when we
Somebody has to have a drink on deck for you.
I know, just a little, I'm just joking to my boss. I'm not going to bring anything here, but a little, what's it called? A little flask.
Yeah, a little flask for
But
you.
how was your weekend?
It was literally chill. I did nothing. I rotted. What you like to do, I did this past weekend. I watched the SNL specials. That was pretty cool. What else did I do this week? I've just been watching a lot of movies, TV shows. I saw the movie Past Lives.
Okay.
Really, really good movie. It's on Amazon Prime right now, free. It was nominated, one of the actresses was nominated last year, and I think that they might have won for foreign film an Oscar or something along those lines. Pretty good movie. Yeah, I finished Love Island ended. I'm so sad. The finale was this week. So.
Was it worth it?
I thought it was a great season. Towards the end, it kind of got boring. I didn't really like who won, but it is what it is. And White Lotus this weekend. It just feels nice to, like, have shows back.
You watched White Lotus?
Yeah, I watched White Lotus.
That's one of our stories, but I haven't watched it, but I'm excited.
Yeah, so it was just so nice, because this weekend I was like, you know what? I just want to watch things. I'm so excited to have, like, HBO Sunday nights again. I love HBO Sunday nights. So, and I made a pot roast this weekend. What?
I need you to chronicle this.
It did not come out well, though.
What happened?
I made one mistake, and Chloe also mentioned it. So I like to get unsalted things because I don't like a lot of sodium. So I got unsalted beef stock. Fail. Like, that made everything not have any flavor.
So you needed to up your seasoning, but you didn't.
I needed to put more salt in it. And I left it, so the chuck roast that I got was only like a pound. Okay. The video I was watching was 2 pounds. So I put too much time also on the slow cooker. Yeah. It should have been for less time. So I learned my lesson though. But yeah, it was cool to make.
It's a learning lesson.
Yeah, it was cool to make a pot roast. I was like,
in
okay,
2
Brenda.
weeks, she's gonna be like, okay, I'm a pot roast expert.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta crack a few eggs to, I don't know what that.
Like, okay.
It'll come to me at some point.
Come to
but
her.
That's all about us.
Yeah.
Now let's go on to the headlines.
The headlines. Yeah, we're gonna go straight into speaking of, reality shows, just watching shows. We got a little preview from, I guess, Summer House and Craig and Paige drama. So Paige DeSorbo dropped a major bombshell about her relationship with Craig on Wednesday's season premiere of Summer House, 6 months after the Bravo show initially wrapped filming. If you know this, she filmed Summer House in the summer, but she broke up in the winter. So they try to do like the Vanderpump thing where they kind of meet with them recently, and that she talks about it with her friends about her relationship, because then there's really no context of like she's a happy person in this relationship.
Really quick, have you watched Summer House?
No, I've never watched Summer House. I'm just solely like invested in Craig and Paige as like influencer couple. Yeah. Like nothing came from their background in reality TV. So 6 months after the Bravo show initially wrapped filming, DeSorbo sat with her co-star Amanda and Lindsay Hubbard for an additional scene to discuss her breakup with Craig. I'm like, Craig, what are you talking about? Like, I feel like you're so betraying me right now. DeSorbo told the women after she announced the split in December 2024, you're gonna let people say that I'm cheating? I caught you texting 2 B words in the course of our relationship, DeSorbo said. So she's bringing up the fact that there was a lot of back and forth on social media, people claiming that she must have cheated on him, and she was very upset when these rumors surfaced that he didn't come out publicly to say that wasn't the reason we broke up, like she didn't cheat on me, we just broke up. And when she's explaining why she's upset, she kind of dropped the bomb that how dare he not defend her when she's the one who caught him texting 2 girls during their relationship.
Well, isn't that usually how it goes?
And it says, now you're dead to me, she conducted before the camera panned to her 2 friends who both look stunned. Craig, though, on the other end, recently revealed this week on the Tamara Hall show that he has started dating after being dumped by Paige a few months ago. He says, I'm trying to move forward, so I downloaded a dating app, and it wasn't what I didn't feel as good as I thought it would be, he said. So this was, once this has aired, I think more is going to come. People are going to defend him, being like, why are you bringing up old things in the past?
How long were they together for?
4 to 5 years, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think 4. I think 3 to 4. Because
she broke up with him, right?
Okay. That's what he said. So we'll
she
see.
broke up with him for that reason, and then he's like not even acknowledging. I don't know.
Yeah. So
drama.
I think more is gonna come out now that she's like kind of jabbed at him. Like, you're the one that was texting girls while we were in the relationship twice, and you're the one.
Maybe things are probably gonna start being visible within the series that they're having like a kind of cracks.
Yeah, and I even think whatever she's filming now, we'll definitely get to see the aftermath of the breakup. Well, more to happier news, guys. The nominees for the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class were announced, providing that a few tried and true rules still hold true. Set to be inducted, Billy Idol, Chubby Checker, Bad Company, Maná, The Black Crowes, Oasis, Mariah Carey, and Outkast. I love to see Maná on there. I would love.
Oh my God, I love this list. Who were some?
Oasis, that's great. Mariah Carey, Outkast.
The only person I don't know is Chubby Checker. I'm so sorry, but that's super awesome. I love that. Oasis. So sometimes I'm like, wow, it didn't realize it took them that long to get onto this. Yeah. Like Mariah Carey. Like, it's surprising that she's barely on here. But
yeah, I think Cher, she got it last year.
Right? I was also shocked by that.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
congrats
awesome.
to you guys. Maná, woo!
We're big Maná
Love
fans
to
here.
see it.
So, more happy news. We have Lainey Wilson is engaged to Delvin Ducker Hughes. After 4 years of dating, Lainey is right there beside her fiance in a picture. The singer got engaged to her retired football player / boyfriend days ahead of Valentine's Day, and she announced it this week on Instagram.
Congrats to her. I don't know who that is.
I know who she is, but she's big if you're into country. Like, she's like the it girl right now. She's like the Mariah Carrie Underwood. The current Carrie Underwood.
I think I may know who that is. Okay, yeah, I think.
And she's in her 20s.
Oh, okay. No, she's 32.
Really? Oh, I thought she was 28. I guess not.
Yeah, I feel like I saw her at some. Was it the?
So
Grammys?
I recently kind of got got some respect for her. She was on look at the Grammys. That's probably where you saw her.
She was at the Grammys, right? Okay.
Yeah, she sang at Miley Cyrus, and when they inducted Miley Cyrus in the Disney Hall of Fame, she performed for her.
Really?
Because apparently her first job was impersonating Hannah Montana at birthday parties.
No way.
So she said she would go to carnivals and fairs, and she would sing her original songs like a teenage girl. She was the opening act for Hannah Montana, and it was her herself.
No way.
Yes.
That's cool.
So she said that little story, and then she sang the theme song to Hannah Montana, like a country version.
Get the
yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's so cute of her.
That's such a cool story. I love that.
And then some, I guess, an anniversary, and you know, this kind of happens. Like Naya Rivera's ex-husband or fiance, I'm not too sure, Ryan Dosh, is speaking up for the first time about her tragic death and raising her son alone. This comes 5 years after her death.
I can't believe it's been 5 years.
Nothing too crazy, nothing like Twitch's wife that we're seeing headlines.
Yeah.
He just very much says that her presence is still alive. Like, he works at Warner Brothers, which is right by the cemetery that she's buried at, so he sees that every day. Her son looks like her, and that her son was able to tell him a little bit more of
what happened that day,
what happened, and it kind of adds up to what investigators said. There's nothing that they were in there, and they believe she started to panic, and that the little boy says that he tried to throw like a rope at her or something like that, and he's like, I told her I was scared, and she's like, nothing's going to happen to us, like that kind of thing. But, you know, it's the first time he's publicly speaking. I mean, I totally respect that.
Yeah.
He took the time to heal.
Absolutely.
And he, honestly, he could have done the thing everyone does, writes a book about something, shares something personal to keep him on the headline.
He has for her. But I remember, wasn't he dating her sister?
So they were saying that there was some weird situation.
Yeah, because I was like, when was the last time
entanglement
that I heard from? Yeah,
but I think, don't quote me on this, it was kind of cleared up that they the sister moved in.
They were just helping to help raise the kid, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how I still have that in my head.
Yeah.
But I could ask sometimes, like, how do we store this information? I genuinely don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. How do
like, where did this come from?
Don't ask me about pi 3.14.
I know, right?
But I can
tell you this guy was with her sister.
For reals. Moving on to, you know, a little happier news. We have the Jonas Brothers. They revealed a Jonas Con, a one-day fan event in New Jersey. How to go. Well, Jonas Con will feature live performances, DJ sets, panels, and more in honor of the 20th anniversary of the Jonas Brothers. Wow. And they're giving fans a one-of-a-kind experience.
Why? Asked nobody. Nobody asked for this.
It makes me sad for Priyanka.
It's just like, why a Jonas Con? Just do like a concert.
I feel like their world tour was like where they play all the albums. I thought that was a great idea. They just recently did it. I feel sad for Priyanka that she has to say, oh, my husband is going to Jonas Con. Like, he's part of Jonas Con. Like, this girl is fighting for her life.
the only time this happens.
I know. This girl's fighting for her life to move up into the Hollywood ladder. And here she looks, and Nick Jonas is creating a
special appearance by Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Yeah. And you know what, Sophie Turner? You made it out.
I know, right?
I thought we were doing good. And then they have that Christmas movie or Christmas special.
They're just doing too much.
They're doing too much.
But it's like, why? You don't have any new music. Literally, no one really cares about it.
I will say, Kevin is probably thankful, but
that he's been the brother that people don't
like. He just has an income.
Yeah.
Let's be
They
real.
like more him than the rest right now.
I thought Nick was working on, I thought they were all working on, like, personal projects. Like, Joe the other day, he's like, I'm going to be at this place, like, he did a solo concert. And it gave me vibes from when they broke up, and now they come out with this.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to take your opinion more because you're more of a Jonas
I love
Brothers
the Jonas
lover.
Brothers. I literally have a blanket in my office, but this is giving me, like, or maybe we're just older. And this is what,
but like nobody young likes them, or do they?
So this is what it's like. This is like those like, I don't want to use the word washed up, but like the has-beens do. They go to these Comic-Con kind of style stuff, and
they're like, instead of going to Comic-Con, we're just gonna have our own con.
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna go to Comic-Con. They have to create their own con
to
con
so
you.
Ridiculous.
I don't know. I like them, and I believe they're still relevant. Like, I feel like if I were to see them at a Vanity Fair party walking the red carpet, I'd be like, that fits.
Yeah,
maybe
but like,
not Kevin.
I don't think, like, I think it's for, like, they are still, a lot of their fan base is our age group. Do you think our age group is going to be going to this?
Possibly.
Oh, I mean,
it's like the people that go to the Twilight thing or the Vampire Diaries, which I might
not calling you guys out though.
No, like, take me if you go. I would love to go to the Vampire Diaries thing, but I think it's like,
not that I've never watched it. I've never finished Vampire Diaries. Is it good?
Yeah, and I'm like, I watched it barely like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was new to it, and I thought, I'm like, this is so lame. I remember my sisters would watch it, like, CW every Thursday.
I know there's so many, like,
spin-offs.
Loyal fans.
And there's spin-offs.
Yeah. I wanted to see the originals with Klaus, because I thought Klaus was really good.
Of course, the killer.
Oh, he's a killer?
He's like, well, they all are
he's
vampires.
like the big
but he's like
one, right?
The antagonist. But yeah.
I don't think they're going to do the numbers that the the Vampire Diaries.
I don't think so either. But anyway, good luck with that, Jonas Brothers. Now, The White Lotus Season 3 premiered, pulled in an impressive 2.4 million viewers on Sunday. That number represents who watched on HBO and digital platforms, including Max. The viewership is up 57 compared to Season 2, which aired in 2022, which notched 3 years?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Which notched 1.5 million viewers and 155% from the series premiere in 2021, which drew in only 944,000. Okay, looking at these numbers, the fact that they're like, wow, this is impressive, 2.4 million views, it makes me think how people have more views on their like YouTube videos.
Oh yeah. That's like
crazy.
Not really as many views as you would actually think.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, so
but you watched, right?
It's good. It's very I was rewatching it today because when you obviously watch something for the first time, you're just trying to understand where the story's going. So rewatching it, I was like, oh, I started noticing like little things here and there. The one thing that people are pointing out is obviously like this, like the theme song, yes. Not the same energy as like season 1 and season 2. Season 2, of course, the best opening for the series, but just a little bit more tamed down. But that just makes me question, okay, like how crazy is it gonna get? Yeah, the story, like we'll see, because every like White Lotus is supposed to symbolize, isn't it like one of the seven deadly sins? Yeah. I just want to know where this is going. I know a lot of people are saying this family in the in the show is like very weird, and we're gonna see where that storyline goes. Yeah. And then one of our headlines was Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
I mean Schwarzenegger. He was cast in it, and it's honestly, I feel like he was typecast for sure. It just feels like was him.
So yeah, so going into him, he is all over the press as kind of one of the most recognizable names, but because his video went viral when he let his family know he got cast. If you don't know who his family is, his mom is Maria Schreifer. The sister's Catherine, now Pratt, and his brother-in-law is Chris Pratt. And they were so happy, apparently. They're like huge fans, and they always would tell him, like, why aren't you casting this? Why aren't you casting this? And he was cast, and he filmed when he let them know that he was going to go to Thailand for like 3 months or 6 months, I don't even know. And then now that it's premiered, they actually all went to the red carpet, and even Chris Pratt was there.
I feel like they've always been such a unit, though. Like, they've always seemed very close. And of course, his father is Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you didn't know that, but yeah. So I think it's headed somewhere. I'm trying to pay attention to the intro because in the intro it always reveals how the story's gonna go.
Really?
And I think I might have noticed something, but I'm not.
She noticed something, and I love Matt White.
Mike White.
Mike White was on Survivor for a season.
Yeah.
And then he puts his cat. The people that were in his tribe are always extras in his episodes.
No way. That's awesome. I love that.
So I love to spot that kind of stuff. Anyway.
But you need to watch it. And then we will start recapping
We will start recapping it for you guys. Well, some good news for ASAP Rocky, who jumps into a tearful Rihanna's arms after being found not guilty in a shooting trial. And I guess those moments are going viral. I
haven't seen it yet, but I just read I just saw like pictures and I couldn't really see.
It is like, obviously it's a trial and you don't want to be found guilty because there's possibility of being locked up, but they were so, like, when they're like not guilty, he's like, and jumped to Rihanna, and like, I'm not sure if it's his mom or who's next. They're like, oh my God. And then the judge was like, they thought he was attacking Rihanna because everyone was kind of like.
No, it was like a very the picture looks like chaos.
It looked like chaos, and the judge's like, order. But he was just happy. I know a lot of experts, not me, legal experts, are saying that her showing up to every court hearing, everything must have played such a big part in. It just has to.
It's like the jury's like, that's Rihanna.
That's Riri. And then, like, there was one day, I don't know if the kids were in the courtroom, but there's images of her walking out of the courthouse with, like, carrying all the kids.
Like, guys, look, he's a father.
He has been found not guilty, so that's pretty good. Family news there. Other good news, we have Mindy Kaling. She was given her own Hollywood Walk of star on the Hollywood Walk. And BJ Novak was the main speaker for her honoring, and
they're so cute.
She called him an integral part of her family, which only, of course, is forcing and adding fire to these rumors that he potentially is the donor or father of her children. I know she posted, I don't know if it was last night or just right after getting this star, that she is the first South Asian woman, South Asian American woman to receive a star. And she looks so good.
She looks so good. She looks incredible. The way he was looking at her when she was talking.
But he gives me like, I hate him because it's you know who he is, or no, I'm pretty sure he was dating her. I don't know her name. Kierna.
Oh, Kieran Shipka.
They were dating for a while, and she's super young.
Yeah.
Now she's linked to John Mayer, which makes me think she has a type, because him and John Mayer give off the same vibes of like, oh, I'm too.
And they're so much older.
Yeah, but I don't like his hair.
He looks different. He's aged.
He was like pushing back his hair, like it was giving bangs to cover.
It just, I feel like he, you know how like, I'm not trying to insult him, but he's not aging like fine. Some men age like fine wine. He's just aging.
Yeah.
Like any other man.
But yeah, let's make this about Mindy.
Congrats to her.
Congrats, Mindy. So Nike has signed a new long-term partnership with Kim Kardashian's shapewear company Skims to launch a new brand called Nike Skims. And I am just floored by the fact it's not a collaboration, guys. It's a completely new brand. The outreach and the collaboration, insiders say that it's Nike's way to connect with the female audience.
Wait, so
it's a brand.
Nike Skims or
Nike Skims?
Nike Skims? It's its own brand?
Yeah, not a collaboration.
Way. I thought it was just a collab.
No, it's its own brand.
How?
Does Kim need more money?
Are they gonna be is there gonna be a store that says Nike Skims?
I have no idea.
That's so bizarre.
I wonder if it's like Adidas and Yeezy.
Oh, okay.
Like Yeezy.
Like it should have its own name. It shouldn't just be like the Nike Skims. Like
it
that's just bizarre.
Be like, so it's its own brand, not a collaboration or a line. Yeah. It's a brand.
Okay, I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. She hasn't made like athleisure wear, right? No, it's just PJs, undies.
I like every now and then I'll go check, but I'm like I could literally find a dupe on Amazon if I wanted to.
And they have it, yeah.
Yeah, so I just never have bought in Skims.
But yeah, so we'll see. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I know I've heard good things about it, but like about Skims.
Oh yeah, I've never heard of. I haven't really heard a bad thing, but like yeah, it is pricey.
So a possible new coupler, Glenn Powell and Lily James, couldn't contain their giggles as they left the party ahead of the BAFTAs in 2025. In a photo obtained by Page Six, the two actors were seen leaving the Charles Finch and Chanel BAFTA party at Lulu's in Mayfair, London on Saturday night. We'll get more into the BAFTAs, but I'm going through like a couple thing right now.
Disappointed. Glenn, I've been here this whole time.
I was going to say why. I find it interesting.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful. I just didn't think I don't know.
I thought he was dating somebody. Thought we were dating. No, I'm just kidding.
Was he dating?
I thought he was, but I don't think he was. But you know what? Two gorgeous people.
I always.
Oh, well.
Lily James always reminds me of that little drama she had.
Remember the affair? I always think of that instantly.
I always think about how she looked like a fool after.
I'm just like the press conference that husband's wife. It's like not my Roman Empire, but I think about it every now and then.
Dominic something.
Yeah.
So guys, there was, if you don't know, Lily James and her co-star, I don't know what project, Dominic something, she'll look up his last name. It's an older gentleman, British gentleman. They were spotted very flirtatious, I think even kissing. Don't quote me on that, but she was definitely sitting on his lap. Paparazzi pictures found them. And then
Dominic West.
Oh, Dominic West. Well, guess what? Mr. Dominic West is married. And when these pictures came out, his wife had a whole press conference outside their house saying, like, our marriage is stronger than ever. Like, you're staying with me, right? Like, and he's like, yes, I am. So Lily James just looked a mess, like a fool.
But she still, like, continued on.
Didn't, like, I don't know if
it never really affected her career, honestly.
It kind of, like, she went in hiding, but it's not like she was out every week. She never addressed it. She just moved forward, and it's kind of like, I feel like it's the thing people whisper when she walks into, like, industry rooms. Like, you just
it's just, like, embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first, and it makes me sad, but it's the first thing I think about when I think of Lily James. I'm like, that whole Dominic West thing is crazy.
It's crazy. And I also think about how she played Pamela Anderson, and she probably thought she was going to get all these awards for that role.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
It was around the same time, too, so.
Yes. Another couple, we have Doja Cat and Stranger Things actor Joseph Quinn put some subtle PDA on display while at the airport following a getaway to Mexico, just reinforcing the fact that they have not broken up, guys.
And I don't know what we said originally a while ago, how long we thought that they would be together. It was them and Paul Mescal and Gracie.
And they're
Paul
both
Mescal are back together. I think they're back together. And then these people are still together. So I guess they're going strong.
We're obviously the problem when it comes to this. And I probably should put this right after White Lotus, but anyway, filming for season 3 of HBO series Euphoria began in January of 2025. That means last month. While the season is expected to have 8 episodes, and new episodes are not expected to be released until late this year or early 2026. I did not find the casting confirmation.
It was, so they added more people. I know that Stormy Reed, who played Rue's sister, she had already said she wasn't going to come back. I believe Rue's mom is not coming back either.
Oh, wow.
Dominic Fike, who was the friend, not really surprised that he's not coming back after that terrible performance. I'm just kidding. He was all right. But they're going to be adding cast members. I don't know if Hunter Schafer was. I'm pretty sure she is coming back. They had released. I'm just trying to think. But I know that they added Rosalia to the cast, as well as I believe Marshawn Lynch and somebody else. So, as well as they're bringing back the drug dealer woman. Do you remember her? So they're going to bring her back. So we're going to see what happens with Rue after that whole situation.
I think definitely this is the last season. Like, no.
Oh, yeah. There shouldn't be another one. Really quickly, I just want to check if, what's her name? Because I wasn't sure if...
Sydney? Or who?
Okay, no. Zendaya, Hunter Schafer, Eric Dane, Jacob Elordi, Sydney Sweeney, Alexa Demi, Maud Apatow, Martha Kelly, Chloe Cherry, and Coleman Domingo will be returning to the cast.
Coleman Domingo, what's he?
He was the AA, the guy
that
that's
Rue. Oh, that's so true.
Coleman Domingo, yeah. That's how he kind of got his kind of startup, I feel.
Sorry. That is so crazy. I know who Cole Domingo is. That's so funny.
Yeah, he's been doing so well. I'm so happy for him. But yeah.
I did not make that connection. Wow. But yeah, other news, I guess, speaking of, we were talking about those, that couple, Gracie and Paul, are back together. There has been pictures of them seen in the streets, kind of like
Valentine's Day,
Valentine's weekend, of them kissing and looking cute. So I'm guessing that
also Kendall and Devin. Out in, I don't know if they're in Aspen, but they're out.
Oh, it's Aspen,
skiing.
yeah. So a source is actually saying that this off-again romance is finally back on. A source exclusively is revealing to Us Weekly that Jenner and Booker are very much together. Kendall thinks Devin is really funny, and they seem to be very solid right now.
I think that they're endgame. I just think that they struggle to be together.
They're just struggling so much. Some other happy news. We have multiple teases, and it's officially out. You said Gracie Abrams and Selena Gomez's single has been released. I know the video came out just a couple of minutes ago.
FaceTime. I mean, the video that she was using to tease the song, it's just a continuation of that video.
So Gracie is joining Selena Gomez on a song from her upcoming joint album with Benny Blanco, I Said I Love You First. In the clip on Instagram before the video came out, Selena and Gracie were both singing the upbeat tune called Call Me When You Break Up while lying in the bed. I know Selena showcased it, the full song, at a Rare Beauty event, and she's like, and
I would feel uncomfortable because it's like, you're introducing a song, and I was looking at the crowd, and it's just like people with their phones, like smiling at her, and I'm like,
it reminds me a lot of like old Selena, like poppy.
Oh, I like it. It's
I like it.
Like, it feels, how you said.
Someone said Selena in the scene.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Okay, yeah. I feel that.
I saw that. So I'm excited to see. I don't think Benny's actually in it. He's obviously a producer, right? And he's in a majority, has his hands in majority of the songs. So I do find it interesting how on the album we're expecting it to be accredited artist Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, not Selena Gomez, producer Benny Blanco. They're like two artists working on this album.
Oh, okay. I like it.
I like it. Do you really? I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's on the right. I think he knew what she was good at, like what sound she's good with. And I'm just like that.
I'm trying to remember what song he previously worked on that she was on, like when they first met kind of thing.
I don't know.
But sticking with music news, Chappell Roan is finally giving fans The Giver after debuting the country spike song during her SNL performance in November and then teasing it again over the weekend with a dial-in stunt. The Missouri native has finally announced when the track will arrive. On Instagram, she revealed that The Giver is now available for pre-order on 7-inch Aquamarine Lawyer Edition vinyls.
I thought it was an album for some reason, but I forgot that she had sang a song.
I thought maybe The Lawyer, maybe not, I don't know.
The Lawyer is something, right?
I don't know, it's just called The Lawyer Edition. It makes me think that it's just like, and the whole rebrand of a look makes me think that there's something
okay,
coming. Because if you think about it, I believe that the downfall of a Midwest princess, or was it? That one came out.
Oh, that one's come out years ago, but because it recently got recognized, that's why.
So it would only make sense to come out with new music.
It feels rushed because she just got popular recently, but like, she hasn't put out an album in a while, so.
That's crazy. Interesting. But sticking to kind of music news, we have Cassie. Do you guys remember Cassie? Well, she's going to be a mom again. The singer 38 announced on Wednesday through a Instagram post that she's expecting her third child with her husband, Alex Fine.
I'm so happy for her.
I am so happy after all she's been through.
I know. She's just like, it's just like when you finally get out of that place.
I think we even announced her, like not announced it, we reported on her second pregnancy because I remember being like,
yes, that's true.
Talking about how
their relation, because you had was the one that told me about how her and her husband met and all that stuff, and who he wasn't he a pastor?
No, he was
sorry,
a bull rider.
Oh, okay.
So she got out of a relationship with P. Diddy, and then you guys all can connect the dots of what P. Diddy was into, allegedly, and it was more of like. She was very vocal about, like, I want to be a mom, I want to be a mom, I want to be a mom. She met this guy, Alex Fine, professional bull rider, and then within 9 months of, like, meeting, he's like, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to make you a mom, like, you're set, girl. So, yeah, they're just adorable. Like, their kids are adorable. So we love to see that. I'd love for her. I wonder if she's, like, not that she needs money, because he's probably, like, he is a professional bull rider, but, like, would she be interested in, like, influencing, making music again, like, or she's just good at staying at home mom.
She just wants to be away from the public eye, especially like, because like, yes, he's in prison, but there's still so many things that keep coming out in regards to P. Diddy. She probably just wants like some privacy still after all of that. Because like last year was when everything was publicized, like all the video clips of the abuse and stuff. So she probably just wants. And I'm sure, like, once you already see, like, the dark side of, like, the entertainment industry, it's just kind of like, do you want to keep
being involved in that? And now that you have kids, you're like, do I want to? Well, we're happy for her and her her third pregnancy announcement. Now, Cynthia Erivo is continuing her successful year. The Wicked star, who is up for an Academy Award for her performance in that film, will host this year's Tony Awards. It was announced this week. This announcement comes on the heels of the news that Erivo has been cast in the title role of the production of Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl, which will run from August 1st through the 3rd.
Crazy. She's killing it.
She's killing it. I'll be interesting how she does as a host.
I know.
I feel like
she's going to bring Ariana at some point.
It has to. She has to. She has to. And before we wrap up our headlines, I have two more that I forgot to even write this down, which is so crazy. Well, have you heard of Meghan Markle? Well, Miss Markle is rebranding or relaunching her lifestyle brand. It is going to be called As Ever. It originally was going to be called the American Riviera Orchard. You guys remember when that came out? She was sued, but then she came out with a video saying that it was a homage to the street she grew up in and like the town she grew up in, but she felt that it limited her lifestyle brand or showcasing to just that region of the world, and she kind of wanted to expand on it. So she put
What's
back
it called again?
The new one. It's crazy. It's As Ever.
As Ever. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, we'll see.
I'm not impressed.
As
I actually
Ever.
like the other name more. It gave it a more like je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
But it was long. But As Ever, it kind of reminds me when Kim came out with Skims. It was Kimoto first, and she got backlash.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she got backlash that it was like obviously culturally insensitive, and then
As Ever.
And then it
kind of
went
sounds like
from
Ever
Skim.
After, like As Ever.
Yeah, like or whatever, as if.
As
That's what I
Ever.
think. I just don't know. I felt like we could have brainstormed for one more week.
You could have worked with Yoseli has great ideas. You should have called her and been like,
I'm busy planning a parade.
Sorry.
I'm busy. But yeah, I wanted to throw that in there because I did forget to add it.
Also, Addison Rae released her new song, High Fashion. Have you not heard it yet?
Yeah, I was going to say, did you realize when you're like, have you not heard it? Listen to it. I pulled it up and we started talking and I never hit play.
Watched it, right?
I never hit play. So give us your take on it.
It's another very Addison vibe song. So she has a bunch of powder everywhere in this music video. So you can only assume what that's in reference to. But I just feel like she is very much on track to be the next like Britney Spears. She is the Britney Spears, I believe, of this like little Gen Z TikTok generation. So it's really nice to see her kind of get into this like Charlie XCX, like creative, like not new wave, but like electronic, like very like hyper punk. Like I think that's her vibe. I read it somewhere where people said, oh no, it was on TikTok that somebody was like, oh, like Addison just finally fit into the right mold, like that she was meant to be. And I agree. I feel like she has always had kind of star power. It's just like, where is her star power? Not needed, but what is her strength? And it's this kind
she
of
willed
like,
that power, and it was all about
so I recommend watching it and adding it to your playlists.
And then to end, we need your reaction, or our reaction to Short and Sweet Deluxe.
Oh my God, that's true. Okay.
And can I say something? I'm not feeling it. It didn't like really captivate me.
I like, what's that one song? Let me tell you.
I will say that, please, 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 with Dolly Parton.
It ain't it.
It's a little,
A lot of people are saying she should have been on Slim Pickens. I agree, because that's more of a country twang song. Please, please, please.
But
it's just
I don't
kind
think
of
that's the issue. I think it's the audio. Like, it sounds... Dolly is obviously older, and you could tell that she no longer has strength in her voice, and you could hear the layers of it. Like, it's a very much layered voice, to the point where I feel like one layer is like a millisecond off, where it echoes.
Yeah.
So it's like, please, please, like, you know what I mean?
Like, the best. I like Busy Woman.
Oh, Busy Woman.
I like Busy Woman. But yeah, were they wow, like Volt tracks? Well, not all the Volt tracks are the best, but like
I could definitely tell it's the same vibe. It's the same. They they were meant to be on the album, but they didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what I get
I
from
agree.
it. Uh-huh.
Maybe they didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We needed them.
Yeah.
The people needed them.
Yeah, the people needed them.
The people needed them. Okay, let's get to our top headlines, guys. We're going to get into this real good. I'm going to start with... I'm going to start with SNL, Blake Lively, because I want to transition into SNL and their red carpet.
Be an easy transition.
So Blake Lively filed an amended version of her complaint in the ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni. The 163-page filing landed in New York federal court late on Tuesday, which is this week, as the actress updated her lawsuit, which originally filed in December against her co-star. According to the lawyers Ezra Hudson and Mike Gottlieb, this version is providing significant additional evidence in corroboration of her original claims and includes previously undisclosed communications involving Lively, Sony, Wayfair Studios, and numerous of other witnesses. Hudson, the two attorneys, added that the amended complaint also added defamation, which they allege is based on the repeated false statements that the defendants have been making against and about Miss Lively since she filed her original complaint, and adds Jed Wallace and his company as the defendants to this claim of defamation. So basically, this is a whole bunch of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They just added
more evidence
and two complainants.
Yeah.
They added Jenny Slate and
Isabel
Ferrer. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. She was the one who played young Lily. I wasn't surprised about Jenny Slate. I was surprised about the other girl.
Isabel.
I was surprised about her being added. Like, surprised and not surprised. Just because based on Justin Baldoni's complaint, he made it obviously, like, these are just lawyers putting perspectives from their perspective, but the evidence that they included of conversations between Baldoni and her, it seemed very cordial. Like, I wouldn't have been like, oh yeah, that was a little out of line. And apparently they're going to corroborate the whole misconduct, that they felt uncomfortable. I read a Hollywood Reporter article based off of, I don't know if they actually read the whole thing, but they kind of just wrote out like messages that were kind of like not the smoking gun, but that were added into it, which was basically Lively saying to somebody through text message like, oh, I was going to invite you on set, but they're acting weird today, like they're making me uncomfortable. And I'm like, that's not really like, it's not really anything.
So according to the Hollywood Reporter article, Blake claims that the actresses Jenny Slate and Isabel Ferreira are willing to share their own bad experiences with Baldoni and his studio partner, Jamie Heath. The lawsuit doesn't name the actresses or directly quote their texts or messages to protect their privacy. However, a spokesperson for Blake Lively confirmed that these actresses have allowed their messages to be included in the updated complaint. They are expected to testify and provide documents during the legal process. In a statement, Lively's lawyer said that the update complaint also includes evidence that supports her original claims, which would probably be those messages.
I need to look at this document because I really want to see, because like with her original complaint, you see her like highlighting certain things, whereas he shows the complete messages. I want to see if she's showing complete messages again, or if she's cherry picking certain things.
I would love to know what did Jenny and like. I'm sorry, I don't know. I really find it very hard to be, unless something did happen, I'd be like, keep me away from your lawsuit. Like, what are you doing? Especially the Isabel one, she barely started her career. Like, you're kind of just burning her.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, from her perspective, I'm not hoping that something happened to her, but I'm like, if she's gonna be included in this, I hope she has forethought to be like, if this isn't gonna pan out, how will your career going forward be? I don't know if there was like be a part of it because we can help you, or like, I don't know. I'm just like curious what the conversation that pulled her in to be like, yes. Now, if something did happen, I think that they could very much help Lively's case. Lively's case, like I'm an attorney. But I don't know. It's going to be I really want to see this go to court. I want to see.
Take it to court.
I want to see what happens. Like, I want to see Lively and Reynolds. Why am I talking about? I want to see Blake and Ryan on the stand. Yeah. I want to see how they crack under pressure with, like, attorneys, like, coming at you with these, like, targeted questions, like.
Now, do you think it's going to be a jury trial? Have they decided that? I just don't know how a jury hasn't been tainted.
I don't think it could. Yeah. I don't think it could be.
They have to bring people from another country or something.
Because the whole world knows. But I'm trying to remember how it was for the Johnny Depp Amber Heard one. Was it a jury trial? It was a jury trial, right?
It was, but I don't think it's been I think the core was super publicized, but I don't think the stuff leading up to it was so big.
All the little evidence things, right?
Like the little
this is kind of an unprecedented situation because it's honestly right now in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just it's
crazy.
Lot.
It's just so crazy.
And it's annoying because I know you're going to go into this next part, but you all are giving this attorney more evidence against the contrary by doing things like what she's about to tell you about.
Yes, so we're going to shift over to the SNL 50, big 50 anniversary recap, but we have to make the connection that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds made an appearance. They're making it their first public appearance on the red carpet since these allegations, these courtrooms, these back and forth has happened. Now, not only did they just walk the red carpet and people were like, oh, awkward, Ryan was part of a skit. And when I tell you, it was so cringe. So Amy Poehler and Tina Fey are introing the show, and they kind of are taking a Q&A with audience members. Granted, all these audience members are celebrities, like guests, power people, like people that hold power in their industry. And then Ryan stands up. He's like, yes, I have a question. Like, oh, Ryan Reynolds, how are you? He's like, good. Have you heard something? And it's supposed to be like oh, no, keep going. When I tell you, whoever's idea was that was so bad.
Can I tell you whose idea it was?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. So a guy who's in charge of the cue cards, he did an interview with an Australian radio host.
Yeah.
And they asked oh, by the way, this whole situation, they gave him a question and he said, actually, I'm going to improvise this other question.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Again, it's just dude,
you all have no
sense of.
You all are just I don't know. Are you on this planet Earth with us?
That just became evidence in support of what people are saying, that if your wife in the situation is so distressful, if there was really sexual harassment and now you're coming forward and you are saying how dare you put me through this, I was sexually harassed and and then you're gonna go on SNL and make a joke about it, who are you? Not only, I think if I was their PR, if I was them, I would be we need to go, I do agree, we need to go to SNL, walk this red carpet, be in the room with our peers and our colleagues, and whisper in the ears about how we're the victims. This is just me thinking, this is what I would do. I would be there, rub those elbows and be like, oh, isn't it so crazy? This Justin guy you probably never heard of, trying to take us down. He probably tried to take you down. Try to do that. And then just sit in the audience and that's it. That plan, that move should have been for you to work your inner circle and make sure you're still good with the industry. And because of the public perception is not good. And you can't change it and overturn it with one line. And do you think Blake knew? Because her face was
I think she knew. I think she acted shocked.
Oh.
The one who was not acting was Kevin Costner. Did you see him? He was what is going on right now?
He's who is this?
But I'm just where is your attorney being what is wrong with you? Why are you giving them more fuel for the fire? Are you kidding me right now? Y'all should not be going out anytime soon.
That's crazy. But that was just one of the little things. I think that was one of the big headlines that came out within the SNL 50. Let me give you a recap of the SNL 50. Creators pulled out all the stops to make what could all too easily have been a masturbatory exercise into something that should satisfy just about everything, but specifically millennials. SNL 50 had 3 jobs to capture the significance of the milestone, pay respect to those who made it possible, and be funny. It managed all of those three very well, often all at once. And, you know, SNL doesn't have really good rap right now, I guess. Like, they're not that popular. They don't really draw in the audience that they used to back in the day, but I think they did a really good job with this 50.
Oh my God, I
will say, I have only watched
it.
clips, and I'm just trying to keep it. They brought in all their heavy hitters. They brought great stars. I mean, anything from Kevin Costner to Meryl Streep, Martin Short, Kim Kardashian, to who else was in the? There was just everyone was there.
But even just like the like bringing every original cast member, like with the exception of Chevy Chase, nobody really cares about that guy. But it was so nice to just see them all together again. I mean, they had a concert on Friday night. The bands they had the group that sings Love Shack.
Oh wow!
Everyone was going wild. They had like, and I'm just curious if it was like bands and artists that
have played,
but also that, what's his name, that Lauren just loves, and he's like, I want them to be performing, and like to have that power. Like Miley Cyrus kicked it off. She did incredible. She sang Flower, but she does those little ad-libs where, like, when the crowd is being lame, she's like, oh, y'all gonna act like the Grammys and think you're too cool to sing with me? And, like, she got the crowd going. Benito performed. He was so great.
Oh, he was there,
He was so great. I loved him. And then, what's his name? They had little skits within the actual performances of the cast members doing characters that they've done in the past. They had Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer doing like the choir teachers, and they performed Not Like Us, which got pretty popular online. It was just so nice to see. And then like all the skits that they put together for the 50th. Also just like their little specials that they have even on Peacock, like behind the scenes, like what the writers' rooms are like. I just find all that stuff so fascinating.
I thought it was a good way to pay tribute to 50 years. And I'm happy to know that many people that have gone up and done great things, they cherish those memories, and it was maybe not for everyone, but it was a good environment and healthy environment that they would want to come back and pay tribute to.
No, yeah, I
think the only one that was missing was Bill Hader.
That's true.
They said that something happened. Like, I don't know if he was sick or he had been like, since the beginning, I'm not going to go there.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if it's just like something or like something.
Yeah, but they had Jimmy Fallon hosting. You know how I feel about Jimmy Fallon.
She loves him.
I can't stand him.
But yeah, that was big SNL, and now let's take it all the way to across the pond with the BAFTAs. Well, the BAFTAs are Britain's starriest and most prestigious award ceremony, and often a bellwether of the Oscars. This year, Netflix took home 4 awards over the course of the evening. The innovative musical crime drama Emilia Perez, that wasn't my word, went into the event with a bevy of nominations and ended up the night with 2 wins for Film Not in English and Best Supporting Actress role by Zoe Saldana. Well, the Pope drama Conclave and the immigration epic The Brutalist walked away with some of the biggest prizes of BAFTA Film Award on Sunday. Conclave, made by German director Edward Berger, picked up 4 awards in total, including Best Film, Best British Film. The first time a movie has won both in the same year since 2019 war drama 1917. It also won the adaptation, screenplay, and best editing. U.S. filmmaker Brady Colbert, The Brutalist, also won 4. Mikey Madison.
She won Best Actress?
She won Best Actress.
Oh, good for her. I know, I don't know if it's the Hollywood Reporter that keeps putting out like Oscar predictions, like rankings every week. Right now they have a Nora at Best Picture. But I don't know, I think like Brutalist is...
Nora, I don't know where it came from, but I don't know if it's internal work, exterior work, but I feel like it's just
kind of emerging. And it's so bizarre because originally when it came out, everyone was like, this is gonna sweep. And then Emilia Perez came out, and I guess that changed everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if, I mean, obviously if this controversy wouldn't have been happening, they probably would have kept sweeping.
I think so too. But I will say that
Adam Brody got Best Actor, I'm assuming. I feel like he's just been getting them all,
yeah,
so that would make sense.
I didn't see that one. I'm pretty sure he did. Let me double check. But I know the BAFTAs are just such a classy night. Like, it's known for even the royals to go to.
I just, you know, this is another fashion opportunity. Of course, the cast of Wicked were there. Ariana, what did you think of her dress?
Ariana?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I know what she's going towards, like, the pink because of, like, the character. But it's getting to the point where I feel like it's almost nude. Like, it feels so washed out because of where her hair color is at, where her skin tone's at, and how light the dress is.
I thought Selena Gomez looked awesome. I thought she looked incredible.
Schiaparelli?
I think so, but I think she looked incredible.
I thought that has been the best outfit she's ever worn.
Absolutely. And she just looks like happy and like fresh.
Oh, it is. Adrienne Brody won. Leading actress, we have
I actually did like this look. I forgot.
Which one?
Her.
Then I must have saw something else.
Right, I was thinking of something else as well. I think
it's that dress. It must have been the picture I saw. I think it was a flash photography on it, that it was just like nude on top, like matching the bottom part. But it's not that bad. But I do get, like, I just feel like her hair color needs to come back.
I also think Camila Cabello looked really good.
Who let her in?
Who let you in?
Adam Brody. Adrienne Brody did win lead actor. Supporting actress, we already know Zoe. Mikey Madison for leading actress. Supporting actor, Kieran Culkin, of course. Casting, like best casting for the cast. Nora. Cinematography, The Brutalist. Editing, Conclave. Score, The Brutalist. Costume design, Wicked. Best sound, Dune 2. Special effects, Dune 2. Let me see. I think that's it. Conclave. I'm surprised Conclave like won, but I'm pretty sure it's because he's like British.
I think I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm not because it was probably for them the movie that stood out the most.
So like they even have these like specific ones. Outstanding British film, Conclave. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer.
Oh, okay.
Kneecap.
So that's their Golden Globes.
Yeah, it's like definitely they're very specific.
Yeah.
But no, it was such a glamorous night. I do recommend checking out the pictures. I believe Vanity Fair had an article, and they had these epic pictures from the after parties.
Oh,
I don't know if it was the lighting or their flash photography, but
I was gonna also say the 50th anniversary after party looked so much fun.
Dude, tell me why I wish like
somebody even said it in a video, like rubbing shoulders with like Steve Martin and like Sabrina Carpenter in one room, and I don't know. All these after parties. I just want to go to the after parties.
Like I wonder, like if it's hard to get in.
Oh, absolutely.
But like SNL has so much cast. Like you're telling me you can't pretend to be like a writer or something. You know, like that kind of thing.
We just need to read that book that we read that one time.
I forgot we read that book. But yeah, so let's move on to our weekly recap of an episode. We are recapping, I don't even know what number it is.
Traitors. I cannot tell you what episode it is. Ooh, it could be 7, it could be 8.
Was it the doll singing one? No.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so we are back on Traitors, guys, and this challenge for the week. We started off with
I wrote more extensive notes because last week's were not very good.
We started with the killing.
Murder, face to face.
Go ahead.
I said murder, face to face. So they got rid of Chriselle. Very awkward murder. They were just like, here you go. And she's like, but why? And they're like,
can you tell me why you picked me? I'm like, girl, it's a game. We
just go. Just be happy you got to see who
I thought it was really weird that she was just like, can you tell me why it was me? It's like, and I feel like their explanation was actually legitimate. They said that there's no way she would ever get voted off, or people have doubt of her being a traitor. Like everyone believes that she's a faithful.
She's too faithful. Exactly. But it was just awkward. Like Danielle and Carolyn are just awkward.
They are.
But after Sierra, oh wait, no, was Sierra the one that? Sorry, I'm skipping ahead. All right.
Then the challenge.
The challenge. Yes, the challenge this time was they had to go get. So there was dolls in one of those in that cabin that they always use, and they were singing a lullaby in reverse, and then you have to hum it to the people in the house, and they have to hum it into recording machine that'll reverse it. It's so complicated.
I just don't think
these
I just don't think logistically like that would have ever happened.
That's so difficult.
Like there is just no way that they hear a doll humming some weird tune and then they go into a phone, hum it, someone picks it up, hums it back into a recording, and then that recording is supposed to play it out in a reverse and you're supposed to identify what lullaby it was. Absolutely not.
That I would have been like, you know what? I'm done. Thanks, guys. I had a great time.
But we did have a star.
Yeah, Tom Sandoval, because he has musical talent, I suppose you can say. He says that, and so he did the most embarrassing. I don't know. It was just like hard to watch. Alan was laughing. Sam Asghari was like, this guy can't sing. It was just like, but he did. To be fair, carry the team.
He did carry the team, and they did end up winning
that competition. After that little challenge that they had, they almost caught Carolyn. Oh, okay, I wrote this down.
Oh, yeah, that was so interesting.
When they come back to the obviously the morning table, when they see who's being eliminated, Carolyn was acting suspicious.
And then Sam had a good idea because it was said that the people that were up for elimination or up for murder, when they would turn around to find out if they were murdered or not, Alan would be in front of them. So they said, well, the murderers, the traitors, wouldn't know what Alan would be wearing because they would be the ones in the room killing the person. So when Carolyn comes in, they're like, what was Alan wearing?
And then somebody starts saying
Tom.
Oh, yeah, and they're like, Tom, stop talking.
And like, Tom, we just explained the thing, and thank God for Carolyn, because she didn't know what Alan was wearing, and she's like, and that was Sam's idea, but I feel like that just put a target on Sam being like, oh, he's not dumb. He's actually quite smart and is watching us.
I wasn't surprised he wasn't. Oh, well, we don't know who's murdered yet from this thing, but he has a possibility. So they start having their theories about who it is. They start thinking it's Danielle, and then others start bringing back this whole Sierra thing with the whole being in the coffin. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's it's a theory that makes zero sense to me, but they had to pick somebody, so they end up picking Sierra, but she had the shield.
No, she didn't. Well, you can't get killed if you have the shield, but you can get
get banned. Okay.
Banished.
Okay, Dylan gonna start looking at Danielle. I think I wrote that down, so I think he's starting to be suspicious of Danielle. And I had seen, so when Sierra left, you know how I said on social media they're posting the videos of their reactions? Everyone says Carolyn is doing phenomenal because they would not have guessed her. So like, I don't know, obviously Danielle's not the one that's doing so hot. So Carolyn needs to figure out a way to get Danielle out. Because she could take it all.
I wonder if the next episode they're going to invite someone to become part of Traitor.
I put Danielle, of course, wants to recruit Brittany. She was mentioning like, oh yeah, because they were trying to figure out if they wanted to recruit or banish. And she was saying she wants to bring in Brittany. And Carolyn was like, absolutely not, because that's your bestie, and then you're gonna want to kick me out. So I don't know who they would have picked. I think they would probably pick Dylan.
I think Dylan would be
That would be. Do you think he would say yes though?
I don't know.
Would you say yes?
It depends, because they give you that option, like, or get killed.
Oh, okay.
They did that in season 2. In season 1, you had. I think it's interesting to let them pick, because if they're pick, it's either like, it makes you question like, did you become a traitor? Or it makes you question like, why would you tell us? Because sharing the information that you were recruited.
Yeah, I think it's dumb to like banish them if they pick not to be a traitor, because it's like, it makes it more interesting when you say like.
Because then they choose like, am I gonna, whether I say yes or no, am I gonna share that, hey, I was recruited, but I said no. Are they gonna believe you? Or are you gonna bring up, hey, I was recruited, but you really did say yes. So I think that's an interesting part. I think they have to find a happy medium, which it might be Sam or Dylan.
I think they're gonna go for Dylan for sure, because I think he's not the voice of the people, but he's very good at like rallying ideas and creating not a common thought, but like trying. Even though this last time he was struggling to get rid of Sierra.
So the preview for the preview for next week, they're bringing back poverty. right?
No way.
Am I getting something confused? No, Poverty and Kate, I think.
Oh, yeah. They're going to do a challenge.
Yeah. But is it like the Rob and the other guys? Like, if they don't make it in one way, they're going to come back and be put in as a traitor.
I don't know, but if somebody says no, are they going to bring in a new person? Or because it feels like the cast is kind of small now.
It is very small. I do think that, remember when Kate came back last year and she became a traitor? She just, like, became the worst player because she didn't know how to hide it. I think that if they were to invite Dylan, that would be him. Like, he wouldn't do a good job. That's why I think he would pick being a faithful, because he just has that, like, I'm a good guy, I'm here on a good mission type of thing. Very much like, who was in season 2 that was like a big faithful? Pilot Pete. He's like the Pilot Pete of this season for sure. Well, that's Traitors, guys. Well, that's our recap. Be sure to watch this week's episode that came out Thursday night or Wednesday night. I'm not sure, but we'll recap it next week, and we'll keep you updated on all the big, let's say, the Hollywood news. But yeah, that does it for us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check out all our social media at Pop Off the Clock.